Alright, hello everyone, it is Suze here, and we're back with Passport and Mr. Fogg, who have decided to mutiny on the Water Lily. I don't think I could have avoided this outcome, but let's get to it. Gonna hit the continue button. Fogg's at 100, that's nice to see. Alright guys, so we're on the Water Lily, and we're going. Converse. What is your wish, Master Passport? Honolulu? They say King Kamehameha III is a devout Christian. San Pedro. For instance, you can buy geometric equipment in San Pedro you can sell for a profit in Acapulco. Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is a Mormon colony where polygamy is the norm. Very good. That's a great answer there, Passport. Alright, so the boat is continuing. My task was clear. I was to foment mutiny aboard the Water Lily. I decided to begin by exploiting the crew's animosity towards one another, divide and conquer, or so dear Maman always counseled. Consider inflaming the religious passions, or gossip rumor would be a good way to start. Let's consider inflaming the religious passions. Though such passions were by their nature unpredictable, so I decided to desecrate the Shinto shrine, steal the captain's wall-mounted crucifix, spread rumors about the Shinto crew members, or gossip about the captain. Let us desecrate the Shinto shrine and blame it upon the zealous Christian converts of the crew. It was not long before the Shinto adherents began to seethe and mutter of their ill treatment, looking towards the captain with suspicious eyes. Such suspicions could easily be tipped into revolt. Yay! Good job, Passport. Uh-oh, Fogg's going down. Let's tend to Fog. Okay, it was with satisfaction that I noted a certain increase in tension aboard the Water Lily, a situation I would carefully have to exacerbate if my master's mutiny was to have any chance of success. Next, I attempted to integrate myself with... What should I do, guys? The Submariners or the Chinese laborers? I kind of want to do both. Uh-oh. Let's try the Mariners, Commander Davis, and the Submariners, who were rather storm-tossed and disgruntled. There are no storms underwater, the commander muttered, her hair a tangle underneath her cap. We should have submerged, I agreed. Captain Wicker risked all of our lives. I think perhaps he does not trust your ability as submariners. The commander's face darkened at my assertion. Perhaps you are right at that, she said. Perhaps so. I took my leave, giving my seed of doubt time to sprout in my absence. Good job, Passport. Oh, apparently we can only wait. Trinity Man Fogg attempts round-the-world adventure. Well, we started that like 44 days ago. That's old news, honey. Okay. I had attempted to suborn the obnoxious targets aboard the Water Lily, but wars were often won by the unexpected. With that in mind, I turned my attention upon the valets and batmen, or the ship's artificer. I don't know, let's try the artificer. A tall, rather imposing woman in a short jacket embroidered with the guild's copper lily. Artificers were notoriously neutral in the matter of conflict or civil disruption, but I threw myself upon her mercy, only to find that there was precious little of that to be had. Artificers, it seemed, were not only notoriously neutral, but also notoriously hard-hearted. Fog! My man, your concern is very beneficial. We want you to stay at 100. I spent the day putting the last finishing touches to my planned mutiny. It was a matter as delicate and serious as the creation of a souffle by a master chef. I spread word of my signal amongst my allies, or just went to sleep? Let's get a good night's sleep. Then I retired. There was nothing more to be done. Either the crew would rise with me, or most likely I would be hanging from the yardarm by the next sunset. Oh dear. Wait. Fog Valet, the brains, full report. Yeah, we the brain. Okay, here comes the big guns. Honolulu. We reached Honolulu in the dark. The captain took a small skiff into the harbor with a few of his officers wishing to inquire about repairs before putting the Water Lily into dry dock. Monsieur Fogg watched the boat for a long moment. "Now's the time," he said crisply. "I trust everything is order." I assured him it was. I voiced my doubts. It was an impossible idea, and I was certain of it. I assured him it was, and he nodded, having expected no other response. "Let us hope so." With that, my master retreated to his cabin, and I called the signal to arms. The Water Lily erupted into chaos. Everywhere was the clash of sabers and pistols, but now and then I heard the shriek of the officers' sonic weapons. But I was not alone. The half of the crew that followed the Shinto creed fell in behind me with a rallying cry. They fought their Christian crewmates with vicious determination, clearing the top deck within the hour. The Chinese laborers rewarded my friendship with steadfast loyalty, throwing themselves into mutiny with all the desperation of men and women who utterly loathed sea travel and longed to revenge themselves upon their instrument of torment in any fashion. They lit fires and tore up the already ragged sails, causing some welcome chaos. The submariners, led by Commander Davis, charged out of the hold of the ship like a horde of impossibly athletic, avenging angels. Ha! There was a long, terrible moment when I wondered at their allegiance. Then Commander Davis caught my eye and winked. "It's Izumi to my friends," she shouted cheerfully, driving back any stragglers loyal to Captain Wicker. I saw Mademoiselle Loretta trip up one of the loyal officers out of the corner of my eye. She tipped her bonnet in my direction, a gesture of respect from one player of the game to another. The whirl of the battle took me away, but not before I saw her falsify a magnificent feint and block the gangway to the navigation room. By noon it was clear how the day would end. The mutineers raised a ragged cheer of victory. I myself had ended up with a debonair scratch upon the cheek, and had somehow come to be in possession of a brace of pistols and 3 sabers. Nice! By the time the captain and officers returned, we had complete control of the ship. They were quickly trussed up and... What should we do? Return to their skiff to seek their fortune in Honolulu. Monsieur Fogg emerged, surveying the scene of recent battle with a calm eye. "Well done," he said, with classic gentlemanly understatement. Still, it was well done, and more if I do say so myself. Yay, Fogg likes us. Let's wait. Experimental hovercraft to launch from Yokohama soon. Well, we're already past Yokohama. I guess some of these options only become available if you wait, or like if you're slower. Wait. Mormon Desert Railways is faster, cheaper, drier. Waiting on the Water Lily. To my amazement, the successful mutineers held a vote and elected me the new captain of the Water Lily. Oh dear, should we be the captain? I tried to refuse. To little avail. What did I, Passepartout, know of captaining a vessel such as this? Rest assured, Miss Amise, it was in great part a ceremonial title which made no particular demands on my seamanship. Monsieur Fogg, though pleased by the success of our mutinous endeavor, seemed to regard my elevation in rank with some wariness. I am, he admitted, as we prepared for bed, somewhat put in mind of Bonaparte. Parbleu! Otherwise, the succession passed smoothly, and I required Wicker's top hat as a mark of office. Because, you know, top hats are all the rage. Wait. Mysterious French pirates seize a steamer off coast of Honolulu. Who could that have been? It wasn't us, I assure you. We should sell the boat. The new first mate, a cheerful girl by the name of Wang, came to me with an intriguing notion. "As you know, the Water Lily is a ship-to-submarine prototype," she said. "If the submariners cooperated, we could convert the submersible and make port at San Francisco in 2 days rather than 5. I called in Izumi, who greeted me with a flourish and a bow. "My dear captain," she declared, not bothering to hide her amusement, "do you have orders for me? Can you get us to San Francisco in 4 days?" Izumi's eyes sparkled. "Captain, I have been waiting for that order all my life. I will make preparations, and we will submerge tomorrow at dawn." Yay! Go team. Oh, ooh, look at that. It went down. I missed it. I could have tended to Fogg. Izumi was a woman of her word. At dawn, the Water Lily began its preparations to submerge. I cannot record the technical particulars of the enterprise, but my own experiences were thus. It began with an unholy grinding of gears, so loud that I felt my head would shatter in two. The sails furled and the mast collapsed. The screw propeller engines transformed themselves. Bells and alarms sounded as the bulkheads were closed and sealed. Within an hour, the Water Lily had transmuted from a surface-skimming steamer to a watertight submarine. Izumi tossed me a fearless grin as she called for us to descend. My ears popped as we plunged ever deeper into the water of the Pacific Ocean, and a curious-sounding silence descended upon the vessel. Ooh. Under the water. Thank you, my good man. I feel better. Oh my gosh, it's day 51. I had little to do but pace the preternaturally quiet corridors of the submarine. Izumi and her crew were in firm, able control. I resolved to enjoy myself. I was still captain of the Water Lily, even in her new configuration. The crew saluted every time I happened to saunter into their vicinity. On the whole, I would rather recommend submarining to the discerning travel. We surfaced a few miles out from San Francisco. Apparently, a submarine emerging without warning in a harbor could cause all sorts of misunderstandings and complications. Izumi recommended that we row into the port on a skiff. I formally renounced my captaincy to Izumi, as she was clearly the most capable sailor aboard the Water Lily. She blushed in pleasure and seemed unacceptably delighted. Good fortune, Passport, she called as we rowed away. You always have a home aboard the Water Lily. Yay! Can you just, sail us all the way back to London? I turned towards San Francisco, still shrouded in the pale pre-dawn light. We have gained 3 days, my master said, and I could not help answering a smile. Our relations have improved. We're not even near the port. What is that? Okay, we have to plan. It's 9 p.m. Should we try this train? It's 760. Okay, so first things, we have to hotel. We'll pass the night here. Good job. San Francisco seemed less a city and more a ravenous beast bent on consumption of everything, even of itself, when the ever-expanding swimming limits. Enormous steam-powered drills and diggers flattened hills. The building works made it tricky to talk to anyone, such as the infernal constant noise. I headed towards Chinatown to eat. It was a wearing of crowded wooden and brick houses, temples and business herbalists, laundries, and market stalls selling fruit and flowers. Brightly colored lanterns illuminated the streets. I regarded the people with some interest. I was interested in conversation. I wanted only to eat. I was interested in conversation, so I decided to approach an older man in European clothes who offered me a cup of green tea when I introduced myself. You are very well dressed. Thank you. I breathed in the herbal aroma and gulped the hot tea down quickly. That was most generous. He chuckled and smoothed his crisp shirt. I just realized, guys, I did not, in fact, start a timer, like always, because I'm a fool. I'm such a fool. Oh well, you'll get to listen to my soothing tones a little bit longer. We'll do 15 more minutes, and maybe that'll be fine. Many of my friends, they say, Lin, you talk to foreigners, you wear their clothes, and I say to them, I'm American now. And you are too. He pointed at a young man with hair in a queue. Look at him, with his old-fashioned hair. There's a law against it here, but he wears it like that. The fool! What a ridiculous law. But that is your tradition. Why is there a law against it, I asked. It hurts no one, surely. We must let go of our old culture, Lin counseled. We are American now. But you are Chinese American. Why did they make such a law? Lin looked at me with the pity of a wise man for a patent fool. Because they want us to become like them, of course. He shrugged. The sooner the better. Explore, but we don't really need it. Oh, new routes. We could go to Canada or San Pedro. And all the way to Acapulco. I sloped towards recently constructed Long Bridge, which was crowded with families out for a stroll and people fishing for silvery smelt with long poles. I did not look around. A man, red-faced and somewhat the worse for drink, bumped into me. I excused myself politely and made an apology in return, slinging an arm around my shoulders. Oh, hello, he exclaimed. You don't sound like you're from around here. I hurried away, not wanting a protracted conversation. Okay, let's go to the market, because I believe I had some things I could sell at it. And hopefully we won't miss this depart. So I'm not sure if it's the depart we want. Come on, game. You can do it. It's thinking. Oh my goodness. It's so dry today. Like, I can't even describe how dry it is. What would sell well here? I think this does. Worth 3,100 here. Yay! Oh, we're not going to San Pedro. Here. Oh, we didn't stop in Honolulu. Yokohama sketch. There's our gentleman's thing. I'm gonna get rid of this extra suitcase, and then we're gonna depart, I think. Oh, but the route that we want isn't available. We want to go here. Departs in 2 days at 8 p.m. Can we negotiate? We just got a lot of money. No charge tomorrow. Yeah. Was that the right thing? I don't know. Okay, so let's check out this market again. Part of the Dusty Road set. Cotton Flower, Smith & Weston. Oh, this is valuable in New York. Wait, where did our extra suitcase go? Drat. What happened? Let's get rid of some of these things. Part of the rest and recuperation set. Let's get rid of that. Accordions, valuable here and in Gastown, Regina, and Chicago. I want this. Let's get this. And then we can buy this. Valuable in New Orleans, Burlington, and Calgary. I don't think we're going in those directions. And an accordion that's valuable here doesn't really do us much good. Okay. Where are we going to, by the way? Burlington. Wait. If we're going to Burlington, is that valuable there? Oh, this is valuable in Burlington. Let's get rid of that. And we'll get that. Okie doke. Let's hotel. We'll pass the night here. We made ourselves comfortable for the night, and I did some minor alterations to our clothing to ensure everything was shipshape for our inevitable departure. Let's depart on this train to Burlington. Embark! This looks like a bearable route. That's good news. Hopefully that nothing will happen. We were lucky to arrive in San Francisco just in time to catch a journey along the as-yet unfinished Transcontinental Express, which would take us as far as Burlington in 5 days, with only a handful of stops along the way. Monsieur Fogg, unfortunately, was not feeling lucky, having eaten some rather speculative oysters in the afternoon when away from my watchful eye. I was most solicitous, and brought my master cool cloths and weak sugar tea till he pronounced that he felt much recovered. What? We took care of him and his relations deteriorate? Oh my god. I hate you. Okay, the first day aboard was enjoyable enough. American trains could clearly not compete with their European counterparts, but it was amusing to see them try. The posters proclaimed Pullman's Palace sleeping cars. And while not palatable in the slightest, they were at least serviceable. We sipped cool beer as we rattled through a long stretch of desert in the shadow of tall mountains. I attended to Monsieur Fogg and his delicate stomach, which was not entirely better today. Our relationship got better. Converse. Where are we going? Burlington. Burlington to New York. On the subject of trains, I've heard my mother, a friend who worked Winnipeg to Ottawa, New York to Ponta Delgada. Apologies. Oh, don't worry, you will. What does that mean? Who the heck are you? Monsieur, really, but buyers in Dakar will pay fantastic amounts for diamond chronometers from Caracas. Dominoes? Thank you. Let's ask about Burlington again. Burlington to Atlanta? No idea, but Atlanta was burned down in fire towards the end and has not recovered. Burlington to Washington. I'm afraid I have to go now. I think this would be easier if I knew more about, like, American geography, because I don't know what order the cities go in. Our fellow passengers were a curious mix of gold and silver prospectors, homesteaders, farmers from all corners of the world, Mormons, missionaries, soldiers, and stiff-necked gentry of various sorts. I gave a young black woman with deep red bonnet an infectious laugh, a nod of greeting. Her name was Diana. I'm meeting my husband in Cheyenne, she told me. He did construction work in New York, but New York isn't safe anymore. Ooh, we have enough money to move now. Why isn't it safe? I queried innocently, having only the broad strokes of American news and history. You do not hear the draft riots in Europe, she asked wonderingly. New York has always had Confederate sympathies, and when the Union began drafting New Yorkers, they rioted. They killed and burned black homes. My husband has never felt safe since, but now we're moving to Cheyenne. She smiled, nearly glowing with happiness. Should have moved to Canada. Where else can one go but New York? I asked, thinking of our journey ahead. New Orleans, she replied. You can take the paddle boat down the Mississippi from Burlington, she laughed, though New Orleans is dangerous in its own way. We talked a little more, and the afternoon wore into evening, and we passed by Ogden, close to Salt Lake City. We watched as passengers disembarked, glimpsing fertile fields and well-tended ranches out of the windows of the train. Well, I have to go to Burlington, but I really want to get over to New York, because there's a route from New York that we found, I believe. Let's converse. Greetings, Diana. Well, good evening there, mister. Burlington to Chicago. You might be interested that some buyers would pay well for cotton flowers from Chicago. Chicago to New York. This one says, Miami is linked to Atlanta. Okay, but the fare is expensive. That's unfortunate. Domino's? Most generous. Let's ask about New York. I met a woman who helped build from New York to Washington. Let's ask about New York to Winnipeg. Revolvers, Winnipeg to Ottawa. Washington is linked to Atlanta by an airship. Ottawa to Dakar. Ottawa to Punta Delgada. I'm sorry, I have to run. Okay. New Orleans to Atlanta to New York. Either way, we have to get to New York. Wait. San Francisco Chinatown riots. Oh dear. Wonder if that was our Chinese laborers we left behind. Today, a fellow with a painfully trimmed mustache and impeccable suit approached me outside the lavatory. I made way so he could pass by, but he extended a hand to me. I am Felix Granger, he said. You are a puzzle. I was flattered. Monsieur moi, humble passport, I am no more a puzzle than the sun's rise in the east. Truly, I am the simplest of men. Oh no, do tell me how you came to be on the Transcontinental. Thereby hangs a tell, I can tell, good sir. It seemed a probing question, which made me immediately suspicious of his motives. I made some non-committal answer, but he pressed me further. Finally, I confronted him and asked him his business outright. You're a sharp customer, no mistake, he grinned, though I perceive no harm in you. I am Pinkerton, agent. I knew a little of the Pinkertons. They were a detective agency and had been hired by Abraham Lincoln himself during the American Civil War. I have done nothing wrong, I assured him. I am the most law-abiding of Frenchmen, as my master. Right, we just mutinied a steamboat thing. Yeah, we're law-abiding. He looked around before leaning closer to whisper his true purpose. I'm here because we have heard rumors that the outlaw Jesse James plans to rob this train, so keep your eye out. What? Oh dear. Watch out for Jesse James, guys. We stopped at Cheyenne, Wyoming for a few hours in the evening. The Pinkerton agent disembarked to talk with a 6-foot-tall woman. Wow, who wore the latest slim trim skirts and a pistol tucked into her waistband. We watched, none the wiser. At luncheon, I asked, One of the women homesteaders who informed me that she was Esther Hobart Morris, a justice of the peace, and indeed the first one in America. She sniffed. Honestly, some women. What's wrong with being a wife and a mother, I ask you? The Pinkerton agent boarded the train again before the last whistle blew, his face drawn and anxious. Wait. Police hunt card sharp, known as the Reverend's daughter, last seen, Yokohama. We saw her. Okay, here comes Omaha. We were held up by outlaws. As the Pinkerton man had predicted, they dragged 3 trunks over the line and forced the train to a halt before boarding, brandishing pistols and sabers. They went carriage to carriage demanding valuables. Typically, the Pinkerton agent was nowhere to be seen. I looked at my master, who had a certain glint in his eye, and I did not doubt that he wished to resist these outlaws' demands. Being a man with the deepest respect for the law, the lead bandit fired his gun into the air. The name, he declared, is Jesse James. Now you give me everything you've got. The saber lifted to my throat. I had already hidden our valuables. I moved to draw my revolver. I had already hidden our valuables on the warning of the Pinkerton agent, so I invited him to search my things with little success. Saverpoint moved on. Now it was Monsieur Fogg's next. What about you? You look good for it. I dread it when Monsieur Fogg... I jumped to his aid. He is my gentleman, I declared. I carry his possessions for him. Is that so? They all declared with interest. So I should technically be taking from you twice, should I? There was no other option. I hit him. Oh, I got an achievement. I hit him. Not a heavy punch, but enough to send him reeling a touch. And then Monsieur Fogg, with a swoop, spattered him over the head with a trunk and threw the man out of the carriage. Through the window, I saw him being picked up by a group of rather surprised soldiers who waved a thank you. Then the steam engine restarted, and we were soon on our way, not much the worse for wear. A few hours later, we reached Burlington. We disembarked, grateful to have arrived in one piece. Yay, we did good. And I got an achievement. Alright. Let's go to the market, because I think I might have some stuff that will sell in Burlington. Valuable here. Sell it. Valuable in New York. Keep it. Valuable in Washington. Part, I don't know. Well, this keeps us from being pickpocketed. What does a railway whistle do? Small black whistle on a neck chain. But I kind of want the hooded cloak. Flunk. I don't know why. Part of the Urban Traveler set. Let's get rid of this. We'll get those ginger tablets. And we'll get rid of that. And get the whistle. Looking good, guys. Our completed City Dweller set should help. Plan. I really just want to go on to New York. The Transcontinental departs for New York tomorrow at 8 p.m. I just think the partial Englishman's wardrobe should change their mind. But it could be worth it. Guys, it could be worth it. Let's embark before it goes away. Alright guys, so I'm going to hit this little gear here. Boink. That's going to be the end of this part. I have no idea how long it is. Unfortunately, the recording software that I use doesn't indicate how long it's been recording, which is unfortunate. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. We are on day 58, I believe, of our 80. Oh god, we're never going to make it. We still have to cross the ocean. We're not even in New York. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching this little part of 80 days. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything at all, just leave it down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I love hearing from you guys. Please leave a great big like, comments, and if you want to, please subscribe. I have been watching with very sad heart as the subscriber count for my channel drops like a rock. On New Year's Eve we were at 61, and today, which is January 6th for me, it's like at 57. I just wanted to go up. Why won't people stay subscribed to my channel? I just want you guys to enjoy my videos a little bit. Anyway guys, take care, stay happy, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!